Imagine waking up in a world where cars glide through the sky instead of clogging our streets, doctors deploy microscopic robots to destroy disease before we feel sick, and quantum computers solve problems beyond our imagination. The technologies shaping that world are being built now. Today we'll explore the breakthroughs: autonomous vehicles, smart cities, gene editing, clean energy, quantum computing, and space infrastructure that are quietly transforming our future. Get ready to see how tomorrow's technology could reshape every part of our lives. This video is your guided tour through 6 domains of innovation. We'll begin with mobility, autonomous cars, flying taxis, and Hyperloop. Next, we'll visit AI-powered cities and workplaces, then journey inside the human body to see how nanotechnology and gene editing could change medicine. We'll explore the future of energy with advanced solar batteries and nuclear fusion, dive into computing breakthroughs like quantum processors and photonic chips, and end with space infrastructure and moon mission. Each section is grounded in current research and real-world tests, so everything you hear is happening or planned today. Autonomous vehicles are no longer science fiction. In operating cities across the United States, Waymo's driverless taxis have completed over 100 million miles of real-world driving and delivered tens of thousands of rides each week. The company's data show that its vehicles have 88% fewer serious injury crashes and 79% fewer airbag deployment crashes than human driver. By early 2024, Waymo was providing more than 150,000 autonomous rides per week in Phoenix, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Other manufacturers, from Tesla to Zoox, plan to expand robotaxi fleets to 13 US cities by 2025. Beyond roads, companies are testing electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft (eVTOLs). In August 2025, Joby Aviation completed the world's first piloted eVTOL flight between 2 US airports after logging more than 40,000 miles of test flights. Joby plans to launch commercial air taxi services in Los Angeles and New York after receiving FAA certification, while Abu Dhabi aims to open the world's first regular eVTOL routes in 2025 with purpose-built rooftop pads. At ground level, Hyperloop projects are moving slower. Europe's longest test track opened in the Netherlands in 2024, but it's only 420 meters long and far from the 1,000 kilometers per hour envisioned. That underscores how early the technology remains. Cities are already using AI to coordinate transportation and infrastructure. Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority signed a 42-month contract to deploy Icarus's ClearGuide system, which uses cloud computing and art. In Genoa, Italy, Milestone's project Hafnia is building AI-driven digital twins of the city, using high-quality video data and NVIDIA hardware. These vision language models aim to improve traffic flows and urban infrastructure while complying with data privacy law. The City Digital Twin project in Sofia is constructing a high-quality 3D model of the city, integrating data from numerous sources to simulate everything from airflow to energy use. Such models can help planners test how new buildings or transit lines affect air quality, walkability, and heat islands. Meanwhile, AI adoption is booming. Stanford's 2025 AI Index reports that 78% of organizations used AI in 2024, up from 55% the year before. McKinsey's 2025 survey similarly notes that more than 3/4 of respondents report using AI in at least one business function. This surge underscores how ubiquitous AI is becoming in government and industry. Medicine may change even more dramatically. Researchers at Sweden's Karolinska Institutet built DNA origami nanorobots that hide a lethal protein inside a tiny DNA structure. When injected into mice with breast cancer tumors, these nanorobots activated in the acidic tumor environment and reduced tumor growth by 70% compared with untreated animal. And at the genetic level, the US Food and Drug Administration approved Casgevy and Lyfgenia in late 2023, the first gene therapies for sickle cell disease. Casgevy uses CRISPR/Cas9 to edit a patient's own blood stem cells. Lyfgenia uses a lentiviral vector. These treatments mark major milestones in gene therapy. Beyond curing disease, tomorrow's medicine aims to predict and prevent illness. Gene editing tools like CRISPR could eventually correct mutations before symptoms appear, while nanorobots may deliver drugs directly to affected cells. These approaches raise ethical questions, but early successes in curing sickle cell disease and shrinking tumors demonstrate their potential. Advances in sequencing and AI-driven diagnostics promise highly personalized treatment plans tailored to each person's genetic profile. By combining sensors, AI, and gene therapy, healthcare may shift from reactive to proactive, catching problems before they become life-changing. Keeping our high-tech future running sustainably requires clean energy. In January 2025, researchers at Italy's CEA and 3 Sun set a world record 30.8% efficiency for perovskite silicon tandem solar cells on a 9 square centimeter device, above the TILDE 29% theoretical limit of single-junction silicon. They estimate this could increase power output or reduce land use for solar plants by about 20%. Meanwhile, the International Energy Agency reports that global battery storage capacity more than doubled in 2023, adding 42 gigawatts. Battery costs have fallen over 90% in 15 years and are expected to fall another 40% by 2030. The IEA calls for a 6-fold expansion of storage capacity by 2030 to meet climate goals. Scientists are also inching closer to replicating the sun. In May 2024, the West Tokamak in France sustained a 50 million degrees Celsius plasma for 6 minutes with 1.15 gigajoules of injected energy, an increase in both energy and plasma density compared with previous runs. Long-duration demonstrations like this are essential for turning fusion reactors into practical power plants. While commercial fusion may still be decades away, progress is steady. Alongside new high-efficiency grids and carbon-neutral infrastructure, these advances suggest our future energy mix could combine solar, batteries, fusion, and other technologies in a clean, reliable network. Computing is also entering a new era. In February 2024, researchers at TU Darmstadt used optical tweezers to arrange over 1,000 atomic qubits in a single plane and created defect-free arrays with up to 441 qubits. They say the technique could scale to tens of thousands of qubits, and beyond the threshold where quantum advantage becomes practical. In April 2024, Quantinuum and Microsoft demonstrated logical qubits with error rates 800 times lower than physical qubits, running 14,000 error-free circuits on the H2 quantum computer. Such error-corrected qubits are a key step toward fault-tolerant quantum machines. Quantum computing isn't the only frontier. In May 2025, Quantum Computing Inc. opened a thin-film lithium neobate photonic chip foundry in Tempe, Arizona. These chips guide light on a wafer and promise faster, more energy-efficient processing for data communications, telecom, and quantum systems. Meanwhile, researchers are exploring new materials like graphene, perovskites, and metamaterials to create smaller, faster, and more efficient processors and sensors. Combined with advances in AI hardware, these innovations could usher in a new class of computing devices that blend optical and electronic components for unprecedented speed and efficiency. Reusable launch vehicles are reshaping access to orbit. In 2024, SpaceX launched 4 Starship Super Heavy vehicles and achieved the first catch of a Super Heavy booster. A Falcon 9 booster completed its 23rd flight, the most for any orbital rocket, and future milestones include catching an upper stage and transitioning Starship to operational status. Other companies are racing as well. Rocket Lab's Neutron rocket is undergoing static fire tests, Stoke Space's Nova engine is firing, and Blue Origin's New Glenn heavy lift rocket stands tall for its first launch. Reusability reduces launch costs and could enable routine spaceflight. 。 The future of space isn't just about getting there faster, it's about staying longer. NASA's Artemis III mission, planned for a mid-2027 launch, will send 4 astronauts to lunar orbit and land 2 on the moon's south pole for about a week. The crew will live in lunar orbit for roughly 30 days and conduct experiments before returning. This mission will be humanity's first return to the lunar surface in over 50 years and will explore water ice deposits that could support future settlements. Combined with commercial lunar landers and stations, Artemis is laying the foundations for a sustainable human presence beyond Earth. As technology permeates every aspect of life, society will need to grapple with new ethical, economic, and environmental questions. Autonomous vehicles promise safer roads but could disrupt millions of driving jobs. AI-driven cities improve efficiency yet raise concerns about surveillance and privacy. Gene editing offers cures but forces tough decisions about equity and consent. Adapting to these advances will require careful regulation, public debate, and inclusive design. By understanding both the benefits and risks, we can steer the technology of tomorrow toward outcomes that enrich everyone. We've seen how driverless cars, AI-optimized cities, nanomedicine, clean energy, quantum computing, and space exploration are shaping the future. These advances are real and accelerating, but their impacts depend on how we use them. If you enjoyed this journey into the technology of tomorrow, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. What breakthrough excites you most? Your support helps us bring more carefully researched stories to life.